Good morning, children. Today we are going to continue with history, chapter 9, Vital Villages, Thriving Towns. In the previous class, we have studied about villages of North and South India. We have done the comparison also, and we have done about the coins which were used in the previous days. Like they were using punch mark coins. And today we will study about the different cities which became very important in India at that time. Children, today we will study cities with many functions. As you can see the map, number of cities are given here. Out of those cities, there were some which became very popular and important. Like Patliputra is there. It was an excellent administrative center as well as famous for trade. Then we move on to Madurai, which is in South India. Again, it was a very prominent or very important trade center as well as administrative center. If you move on towards north, we have Mathura. Out of all these cities, the one which became very important from all the points was Mathura. Mathura, you can say it was a gateway, means it has connected north to south, then from west to east. It was an excellent administrative center, excellent for in the sense of trade also. Then it has a great religious connection also. Like you can say, you must have heard the name of this city, like it has a connection with Lord Krishna. It was a birthplace of Lord Krishna, and at that time it became very popular from different points of view. Like the trade was flourishing, people from different parts of the country used to visit this place. Then we have people coming from North India, from South India and from East also. It became very popular.
Cities with many functions. Many cities served a number of functions. One such city was Mathura, which emerged as an important city for a variety of reasons. Mathura was an important settlement because it was located at the crossroads of two major routes of travel and trade, from the northwest to the east and from north to south. There were fortifications around the city and several shrines. Mathura became the second capital of the Kushanas. It was also a religious center. There were Buddhist monasteries, Jain shrines, and it was an important center for the worship of Krishna. Mathura is such an ancient city that it finds mention in the Hindu epic Ramayana and also in the writings of Alexandrian astronomer. Mathura is also very famous for its beautiful temples. It is one of the oldest cities in India, which is a center of attraction for tourists due to its ancient culture and tradition. Archaeologists have also found several thousands of coins belonging to this period. And these were all punch marked coins, which were generally rectangular or sometimes square or round in shape, either cut out of metal sheets or made out of flattened metal globules. The coins were not inscribed but were stamped with symbols using dies or punches, hence, they were called punch marked coins. These coins are found over most parts of the subcontinent and remained in the circulation till the early centuries. Crafts and craft persons. Extremely fine pottery, known as the northern black polished ware, was found in the northern part of the subcontinent. This is thought to have developed from high firing techniques used to make this pottery. It was usually black in color and has a fine sheen. Association of craft persons and merchants known as Shrenis were formed, and these Shrenis also served as bank where rich men and women deposited money. A very famous site called Arikamedu was found in Puducherry. It was a coastal settlement found from thousands and thousands of years back. It is the only city with an archaeological record of Roman presence in India. It is famous for manufacturing amazing bead jewelry. The glass bead site here was considered as the mother of all bead centers in the world. Arikamedu soon became a unique bead center as it manufactured beads made of both stone and glass. Various textiles, beads, terracotta, artifacts, and gold and semi precious jewelry were exported to Greco Roman ports and other countries in the east from Arikamedu. Stones of different colors were excavated at Arikamedu at Puducherry. Other finds include pottery made from the Mediterranean region such as amphorae, tall double-handled jars that contain liquids, and stamped red glazed pottery was also found. Different types of pottery which was made in ancient Rome were found at this site. And one such was Aretine ware, which was named after a city in Italy. Small tanks used as dyeing beds used to dye clothes were found. Various manufacturing units where cloths was made at different parts of the country like Varanasi and Madurai was also found. Pottery of which was found at these places has come from Rome. This shows that the place has a deep connection with the city. Now, what is Rome known for? It is known for its stunning architecture with the Colosseum Pantheon, and it was the center of the Roman Empire that ruled the European continent for several ages. Roman amphitheaters, large circular or oval open air avenues with raised seating built by the ancient Romans were found. They were used for events such as gladiator combats, Venetians, and executions. Aqueduct, ancient Rome. The Roman aqueduct was a channel used to transport fresh water to highly populated areas. Aqueducts were amazing feats of engineering given the time period. Gravity and the natural slope of the land allowed aqueducts to channel water from a fresh water source such as a lake or a spring to the city. I hope, children, you have enjoyed the chapter. Here is an assignment for you. Do you think common men benefited from the development of cities? How? Find out the answer and we will discuss about it in the online class. Thank you, children, and have a nice day.